All right, let's consider the area of shapes that are not as plain as a rectangle or a square, but could be a combination. Before us, we are seeing two shapes. The first one is an L shape, and the second one is a U shape. So what you will do is to walk from the known to the unknown. What do we know? We know already that to find the area of a rectangle, you will multiply the width by the length, or you will multiply the width by the length, yes, and the answer will be in cm squared or meter squared or any unit of distance, as the case may be. Now we have the shapes here. I'll try and put all the units, all the values. Sometimes all the values may not be there. You might be required to fix the values yourself. This cannot be 4. Okay, let's put it 6 cm. Then we have here as 4 cm. So what you try and do is to divide the shape as convenient as it can be to you. Looking at this shape, I can see two rectangles already. I can cut it from here so that I'll have shape A and shape B. So if I'm asked to find the area of this particular shape, I will start by working on the area of shape A. Now, from what you can see, the length of shape A from here, let me shade it so that we know the shape we are working with. The shaded shape with the crossed lines, you have the length as 6 and the width as 4. So the area will be 4 cm, or let's go with the length and the width convention. So that will be area of A will be 6 cm by 4 cm, and that will give you 24 cm squared. Area of B, let me use another color to shade it. This is the region for B, as you can see. So the values we need now is 6 and 2. So area of B will be 6 cm multiplied by 2 cm, and that will give you 12 cm squared. If we were to find the perimeter, or let's still finish with the area of the shape would now be the sum of the two shapes, the sum of A and B, and that will be 24 cm squared plus 12 cm squared, and that will give you what? 36 cm squared. Now let's deal with the perimeter. The perimeter will simply be the distance round. Now the distance round will be, I always advise you cross out the values that you take so that you don't make a mistake. Or if you don't cross them out, count the number of values to be sure you've represented all the sides. In this sense, you have 2 cm first. I'll just write it out, then I'll cross later. 2 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2, all in cm. So you can cross them out, count them: 1 2 3 4 5 6, the sides 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, so it's correct. When you add, this is 10 20 and is 10 20 28 cm. So the perimeter of the L shape is 28 centimeter. What if we want to find the area of the second shape? Suppose we want to find the area of the second shape. We can divide also, but let's first give them the values that they need. So let's give them different values for all the lines. Let's say this is 14 cm, this is 2 cm, 2 cm. It's not drawn according to measurement. This is, let's say this is 8 cm, and this is 5 cm. You notice I've deliberately omitted some sides, but you will see how we can get the values. So what do? I can see it's possible to divide this into 3 shapes, 3 distinct shapes. I can cut it from here, cut this, so I can have shape A, shape B, and shape C. So if we're told to find, say, area of A, what I would advise sometimes is try and see if you can fill in all the blank lengths. For instance, we know this is 8, this is 2, this is 5. Then what is this value? This. To find it, you can see the whole length from here to here is 14, which is the same thing as a rectangle. The shape C is actually a rectangle, so the whole length is 14. So if you remove this 2 and 2, that means you are removing 4. In other words, this length here is actually 10. That is the only length that is missing. I can see all the other ones are there. Actually, this one is also the same thing as 8. So let's get back to work solving for the area of A. Area of A, obviously you can see A, let me shade it in blue strokes, and area of A will be, you can see 5 cm multiplied by 2 cm, and that will give you 10 cm squared. Then area of B is the same thing, 5 cm by 2 cm, and that will give you 10 cm squared. Then area of C is where you do a little adjustment. You have this length as 14. Then to determine the width from here, this region to this region is 8, and from here to here is 5. So the remaining value, the width of C, will now be 3, because 3 plus 8, this 3 plus 5, 3 and 5 will give you this 8. So the smaller length here is 3 cm, and that will give you 42 cm square. So the total area will be the summation of all the respective areas. 10 cm squared plus 10 cm squared plus 42 cm squared, and that will give us a total of 62 cm squared. Then to find the perimeter, you calculate, you add all the sides. So let's look at the first one. Let's start with 14. 14 plus, everything is going to be in cm, 8 plus 2 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5, that is 5 now, plus 2 plus 8, that's the whole of this length. Let me see how many values I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 sides, and all of them in cm. 14, 22, 22, 24, 29, 39, 44, 46, and 54 cm. Now other shapes can exist, but learn to break them down. You can still decide to break it down by crossing, dividing it this way, where you will now have, you can have different values this time around. I'll delete this and delete this. So still call this A, call this B, and call this C. Now the area of A will be, you can see the two, let's still use the length breadth convention, 8 cm times 2 cm, which will give you 16 cm squared. Area of B, the same, 8 cm times 2 cm, which will give you 16 cm squared. Area of C will now be, instead of 14, it will now be 10, the 10 we found, and the remaining length, which is 3, which is 8, the whole of the length, 8 minus 5, which is 3. So we have 10 cm times 3 cm, and that will give you 30 cm squared. Total area will be the summation of the 3 areas, and that will give you 16 cm squared plus 16 cm squared plus 30 cm squared, and that will give you 62 cm squared. So you can see it's the same thing with what we've done before here, where we found the area here as 62 cm squared. We divided it differently, and we also got 62 cm squared. Thank you very much.